The heat, it's how well prepared Falcons are going to be for what Fnatic are going to. Will Fnatic be the third added to the list? We will find out. We're not going to and get them purchased inside of CCTV. We're going to have utility going in. They're not messing about here. We've seen this before. Razor Blooms are in position. One is down, kill confirmed. Well done from Fnatic, but Geekay stands tall. Manages to take out Deadshot. Doom onto Citizen. And I don't want to say it too soon, but I come back to what I said, Des. Border, we have seen it all. There is...
It was really good for Fnatic, but just when they take that little moment of pause where things start to go very, very wrong. One freebie coming out as a second one comes on through. Smith, I was going to talk about him after the round, Tim, but now he's left him in a 1 versus 2. Still not a bad recovery. Now he's a 1 versus 2 to come out, but there's a C4 from Breed. Falcons will get round.
In pocket, so still a lot of value in taking that utility off the board if they get the opportunity. Still 5 versus 5, but as I speak, Citizen, you said that he's been enjoying playing with Solid Snake, and he continues to do so. Manages to get himself the opener. Breed damaged as well. Smith finishes Doom off eventually. 4 versus 3, not looking good for Falcons.
Smith don't miss, man. It's
likely to go back in pocket, if I'm honest. I'm not sure he throws it now. He is going to go for it. The window's been open. He knows they're there. Out it comes, and it's a double. Beautiful stuff from Breed, finding his...
him here because someone has got to provide cover from this hatch. It has to be Smith that makes the drop. I'm a little bit nervous for him though, Tim, and there we go. Once again, not quite seeing his man, but Smith, I told you we don't miss today, Tim. Breed's got to find 4 kills in the round. He drops down, now working his way behind. It feels like they know about it at the same time. Angle being held, and Deadshot's got the kill. Fnatic recover and take round 2.
Yeah, it was a great... And that's exactly what they are now going to do. Clear out the utility. Try to get down there, but the smoke was not well placed. User still gets his line of sight that he needs. Takes down the shield, and Fnatic, how do you respond to losing the tip of the spear?
And it's hard when it's like... You can't eat. I'll tell you what, Tim, never mind. They're turning it round. What a flurry of kills. Deadshot again, almost got a third, but no. Yuzu's calms everything down. Once again, though, we're in a 2 versus 2. Make it a 2v1. It's rapid, Tim. And by the looks of it, Fnatic are well positioned.
Or they are in a 1v1, and I wouldn't like that against users.
I don't like this. I don't like that we're isolated here. That's my main point of worry. Because you give Yus the chance to win out separate 1 versus 1s. He'll drop himself away here, but no, Wizard a little bit too quick. They'll catch him out, finally sniffed out the rat, and as said, Fnatic are up 2-1 on the attack.
And if you remember, at the beginning of the day, we said, not really getting too much for it in return.
I'll give a shout out to Fet for this, actually. He did a really good video. I recommend watching it as well about Shopify Rebellion on this map and how they make use of sense to bait M80 in one of their games into pulling back towards site and then cutting them on the rotates back towards...
We've got smoke canisters flying absolutely all over the place, but as it stands right now, Fnatic haven't really gained too much other than what they've been given. However, that changes as Citizen manages to go in and get a big...
Here, Yus going to have to drop away, and now that means a couple of players have had to drop downstairs overall from the side of Falcons. Now, Breedy at least has worked his way back up top. It's the main breach, just to focus those Citizens. Good for 1. In goes Smith, making the cross with the shield as Yus gets 1 more back. A lot of work has got to be done here by Citizen to hold on, but they're going to try and make the plan happen. It's a triple kill for Citizen. Can he hold on towards the cross? But he looks away at just the wrong time and costs his team, unfortunately, but that is a siege. What does he look like in this team? And I've said for a while, it feels like he's sort of playing in the middle of the team. That's a freebie for Doom. Citizen paying the price. And the lack of drone work biting the team in the backside. But yeah, Doom, not really an entry player for the team. Has definitely been more this midline player. And it's given them a nice bit of structure.
I like that from Breed, not overcommitting, switching up his angle of attack. Nitro goes out from below, hasn't triggered it yet, will do. Doesn't find his man. 3 versus 3 as Smith and Deadshot got 1 apiece in the melee there. Solitov. So they are going to be having to work largely with what they've got.
Too easy there as well. Smith's pinned in a corner, no support from above. Solitov knows it, isolates him, gets the kill. Geekay into a good one himself. And this time around, the clock is going to be their ally. Deadshot, I know he's having a great game so far, up at 5 and 2, Tim, but I'm afraid that's where this one is going to end, and Falcons will go up to 3 and 2.
Yeah, good round from Falcons there. I like how they played that. They thought that we would have got to that point, but here we are, and they are doing fantastically well. Really, really impressed. They've almost got me to forget the previous burns. There's Geekay manages to take down Wizard. Solitov onto Citizen as well, but there is a response. The mirror is going to be taken down. I don't think, sorry, it's the Fenrir actually of Solitov. I don't think there's going to be an opportunity to collect him, if I'm honest. He's going to have to crawl an awful long way to get to any kind of safety, and You really don't want to be throwing good after bad by trying to get in there. There you go, Solotov taken down. 4 versus 3, Fnatic get themselves back into it, but they haven't dealt with these stairs yet. Nitro goes out, not going to do any damage.
Survived by Smith. And Doom also manages to make the cross. That's pretty crucial, but now, of course, he's got to worry about the other angle. We've seen Wizard in this position before where he got a kill back in the round. They won the 2 versus 1, and Smith gets yet another. Leaker back himself, though, matches that tally for the round and gets the second 2. Deepek and Smith have got it all to do, but that's a great shot. Great reaction. Down goes Juices yet again. We're in a 2 versus 2. But no, managed to shoot out the C4. Can they make this pick happen again, though, Tim? Because now they're out of utility. They're a little bit stuck here. They need him to move, but he refuses to do so. 1 on the door, 1 inside the cubicle. They get rid of at least 1. That's Smith falling down. Deepek with it all to do. Again, another close round, but it's one that Falcons walk.
Fnatic, maybe they don't want to deal with the shields on Bride, or it's going to be the crowd.
Border's got so much soft floor, so I was wondering to see whether Falcons would bring it out in the end.
Whatsoever, Falcons, we know love to work underneath, use that tracker. Oh, it's beautiful though! Deadshot gives you can't peek into a little tap fire like that! Takes his head off, and it's 4 versus 4.
I don't hate that because one of them was going down in a similar fashion. You had a couple of reverse 1-taps coming out the other way from Deadshots, and one of them was going to...
Patient approach that I kind of wanted to see out of Falcons isn't really paying off at the minute. They're having to take risks, and Fnatic are soaking up the pressure well, and that's something I thought that Fnatic might struggle with a little bit on the defense, was absorbing that pressure, but not whatsoever. They have been absolutely... Instead, they've had to move down East stairs, and Bride is going to get into a position to try and put the diffuser down. There's nothing really much that can be done from above here, so this actually could work out as a very good attack for for Falcons, and as Fnatic try to respond, a couple of kills come in, 4 versus 3, and they're now in the post plan.
What I love is I was just about to say that Falcons look really unconfident. 3 players outside the building. You know, Leakerback only really getting himself in with 60 left, but it was all for what you've just seen. The plant goes down from Bride, basically solo walking in towards the site, leaving Deepek in a 3 versus 1. But they didn't need to be inside the map. All they had to do was wait for players to make their crosses, to respond to the plant going down, and that's how they would have got their kills. So a lot riding on Bride there to get it right, and that's exactly what he gets away with. Brilliant.
Falcons are trying to extend through now, get themselves established inside a CCTV. Ooh. Second kill, Bride, as you said.
You can't be losing to a pistol like that, but now they're in a very precarious situation. Let's see everything coming out the back of these C4s as now Falcons, it feels, have really got into their groove and are looking at a 6-3 here against Fnatic, who are struggling to get much on the defensive side. This could be an outright flawless round if they carry on at this pace as well. Sure enough, there it is.
Falcons might bring. There's been no flashiness, there's been no rushes, there's been no...
With it. Right now, of course, it's focused on main breach. Yet again, Deadshot is in his... Dude, he's been here every round. That's a little bit of a misstep, I won't lie. And they hit his feet, but he's still...
Well, Sense Barricade is going to provide a little bit of freedom to push forward. Deepek will be down, but not out. Smith manages to find Solotov, though. 5 versus 3. Fnatic have the advantage. Effectively, 4 versus 3. If they take the next death, it could get interesting. Leakerback finds 1, levels it out. 3 versus 3. Falcons are back online. Des, 3 versus 2 as Users goes big. And this is the problem with playing this side. They will always find a way. They'll always win those gunfights. It's 3 versus 1, and it looks like it could be over. We have the Finker boost come in just to give a little bit of extra juice in the HP department. Final kill from Users outside of the window, and it is going to be a win.
Falcons take 3 very welcome points in this fight for the top 4, and that means we get to speak to them. We have Leakerback on the line to ask him a few questions. Good evening, and congrats on the 3 points here. How are you feeling?
Hello guys, feeling's good. Long game, but a win at the end, so feeling's good.
How happy are you, Leakerback, that you managed to see out a lot of those close rounds, particularly on your defensive half? Because there was sometimes you was looking quite dominant, they were bringing it back, and then you was just managing to get over the line.
Yeah, like a border, it's a attack-sided map, firstly. So this kind of round, it's happening every border game. But the way they played, like just waiting for our mistake and us making the mistake every time was like a bit annoying, you know. I can put like frustration on ourselves, but at the end we did good difference individually and even like small retake and stuff. So yeah, no, good game, good team synergy, and yeah, happy for the win.
Leakerback, I have one specific question for one of your teammates. We all know him as an amazing player, that is Joom, but today he was not the best teammate. And let's roll the clip one more time of what just happened there. And good night, Geekay. How do you react?
Oh God! I didn't see this, by the way. No, like I'm just saying, yeah, it's fine. No worries. You know, I don't want him to put too much pressure on himself. I think this never happened in Scream. Like this kind of stuff, we do it. But yeah, you know, it's happening, and I wasn't mad at all. And at the end, like that was the only round we lose, so.
Did you know where the nade came from, by the way? Because we had to go rewatch the replay to understand where it came from.
Yeah, no, I knew, because you mean you, me, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew, because that's a common thing we do in Scream, so, but the fact that he missed, I was actually surprised.
I love it. Well, Geekay, it's a busy week for you guys, 3 games. How do you go and prepare for a week like that?
I think match per match. I think we all know that the Super Week is really important. Now after the 5th day, we're on the middle of the stage 1, like just a bit after, but it's the important match you have to win to be on the top 4, and yeah, like we have time to do some mistakes still, but that's the best training we can do. Like do our best during the match, during this week, get as much point as we can, and yeah, and having fun.
Right, awesome. That sounds really good. We won't keep you here any longer. As we said, it's a busy week for you guys. Thanks so much for your time and good luck with the rest of the Super Week.
Thank you.
Little things we'd have been, you know, closer, got points, more competitive. I think it's encouraging. So I'm not necessarily discounting Fnatic. I think Falcons came out and did what they needed to do. I think they, like Geekay said, when they made the mistakes on the defense, they then managed to go and retake and, you know, close out some very, very close rounds that gave them the advantage going into the half.
And once again, Solotov being the best rated player on the side of Fnatic, on the side of Falcons, a player that